Like if you had to give a percentage wise, how much do you think your business has grown over the past, since working together, really?
To be completely honest, my business has grown on a monthly revenue basis 70 to 80%.
Most people who watch coaching testimonials think the same exact thing. Oh, is this going to work for me? Today I'm sitting down with Hassan, and not because he's just the smartest person in the room and not because he had the most connections, no, but because a couple of years ago his business was stuck doing less than $1,000 a month in the same exact spot that most people are in right now. Most people have no system, no clarity, and are literally just pushing themselves in the wrong direction. In this video we're going to break down what he actually changed, what he was doing before, and what he would do differently if he were starting from zero all over again. I'm hoping that you find some good value from this, so let's get into it. Hassan, hello. Thank you for coming on.
Hiya.
Obviously, we've known each other for quite a while now, a good few years. Do you want to just introduce yourself, who you are, and what you were doing before we started working together?
So my name's Hassan. Obviously, I was trying to build my own Amazon business, but I was just fundamentally doing the known to everyone. So I was just doing wholesale, and I started off with online arbitrage, and then got into just wholesale, and just tried to like grow my business that way.
And what wasn't working at that time? Like, what were you stuck with?
I was stuck with just being in like a constant cycle of finding something, buying it from a wholesaler, and then getting the stock in, and then the listing would just tank. My profit margins would go from like 15-20% down to like 3-4%, 5% profit margins, and just loads of sellers jumping on listings, and then all that hard work would just go down the drain basically.
Yeah, and I know the feeling as well. It was horrible back in the day. So I mean, what was the turning point that like kind of made you look for help?
I mean, I was just constantly spending time. I'll spend time finding the product. I'll spend time reaching out to the brand, getting prices, opening trade accounts, and going through so much work. And then for in the end, when I've actually got the stock into Amazon, there's no more profit to be made. And then I just thought that there's got to be another strategy or another way to make within e-commerce than just reselling other people's goods. And then it was just a turning point for me then because it just got to me a bit when I was in that constant cycle of finding something, spending all that time, and then for it to come to be nothing.
Eventually, you reach out to myself, right? And when we started working together, and when we started working together, we were working together on quite a close basis, weren't we? On one-to-one calls. You obviously had access to courses as well, but the main value was through the one-to-one stuff. But like early on in the coaching, like what surprised you, and like how was your first sort of interaction with the first couple of weeks? Like, and yeah, what surprised you really?
What surprised me was the amount of knowledge that I learned from the get-go and having direct access to you. It just made everything so much easier and so much quicker. That was the main thing that surprised me, because in such a short amount of time, I just completely changed my mindset.
Did you find that beforehand your mindset was not the best, or what?
It was a bit of both. It was a bit of mindset and a bit of like knowledge on the business and e-commerce in general that when I had access to you straight away, I just found these new opportunities and new ways of e-commerce that I just didn't know before.
When you started learning strategies, what was you doing differently week to week compared to what you were doing before joining?
I was learning more about brand ownership and just ownership in general, and having more control instead of reselling someone else's products. Um, and week by week, I just got to know more layers of having your own IP and your own brand and what comes with it and what secures that compared to just contacting someone, buying something and just listing it.
Did that give you more confidence, more momentum within your business?
Yeah, 100%. 100% it gave me more confidence because I knew that you can build something real here instead of just going around in the same rabbit hole. I knew that there is some value that I'm building.
I mean, a lot of people end up quitting, right? When they're just
Yeah.
sourcing products, they're reselling it, they send it into Amazon, and the price drops, the margin drops, and there's nothing left for them to make money. But this completely switches things around and makes sure that that doesn't happen as such. There's still competition, yeah, of course, but you have a lot more control on what you do. And if somebody is beating you, they're beating you for a reason. They've got better images, they've got better titles and things like this. And it's a lot more of a game, and a game which you can actually compete with and make yourself better. So, I mean, after the coaching, like, if you had to say like a very rough percentage, like how much would you say your business has grown over the past 3 years? Because obviously we worked together maybe a year ago now, and we've known each other for a while. Your business has been up and running for like 3 and a bit years, right? And we started working together about 1.5, 2 years ago, actually. Like, if you had to give a percentage-wise, how much do you think your business has grown over the past, since working together, really?
To be completely honest, my business has grown on a monthly revenue basis, 70 to 80%. That's revenue. So it was quite a lot because, I mean, before I started the coaching, I was just going to quit. That was like, I was at a breaking point. But then obviously I got in contact with you and I just applied that knowledge, and it really has more than half, 100% more than half.
Good stuff. Happy to hear. Happy to hear. So, like, what does your day-to-day look like now? I know, obviously, your strategy's completely changed. So, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis now?
So on a day-to-day basis, I'm growing my own brands. I'm looking for opportunities in the specific niches, and it's more of a turning point of just finding products to resell and contacting brands to actually make my own brands, and looking at different markets, images, listing content, everything to do with brand and like brand identity. It's so much to it. Like, it's completely changed my business, and my day-to-day has completely changed from before.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, what are some of the skills you'll keep for forever now? Then, like, something to do with like brand ownership, I guess. How you're going to be able to grow and scale brands and protect yourself, and also just be an owner rather than an operator, right?
Yeah, 100%. The skills, honestly, the skills, not even about the money, like the skills will just pay for themselves, and they're gonna stay with you for the rest of your life, basically, and in your business journey. No matter what products you sell or no matter what business it is, them key skills you can apply it to any business. I think any and every business you can apply it to.
For sure, for sure. I mean, just reflecting back on things like what would have happened if you didn't get coaching? I think that was a question that I had for you, but I think you just answered that. Like, you were on the verge of giving up, and you invested, you came on board, and then you took a relentless action. To be fair, like, a lot of it's on you because you didn't give up. First of all, that's what a lot of people do. They give up when times get hard, and you didn't. You look for new ways, which is absolutely awesome. I mean, one of the last questions I guess I have is, you've got all these Amazon operators doing arbitrage and wholesale, and perhaps they're making $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, but eventually things get hard for them. They plateau and things. Like, what advice would you give to them if they wanted to get to, let's say, for example, 10, 20 or 30 grand a month?
The advice I would give to them is that same skills that make you 3 grand a month, they're not going to make you 10 grand a month. And the same skills that are going to make you 10 grand a month, they're not going to make you 20 grand a month. So there's ways and there's levels to the business and e-commerce in general. And like, there is different strategies out there that you can get more in return for your time.
What is that?
Then
What is that main strategy?
the main strategy is building your own brand and being your own, you being your own owner. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would suggest to them.
So Hassan didn't win because he was special. He followed a process that worked and he executed for months on end. So if you're a TikTok shop affiliate right now, or an Amazon operator doing arbitrage or wholesale, stuck at that 5, 10, 20 or even 30K per month mark, and want to scale way beyond that 100K per month mark, exactly like I've done, from going from 50K per month doing Amazon wholesale strategy all the way to the point now where I'm doing $250,000 per month at a bare minimum. So if you want to learn more about the exact systems that I use to do this, then make sure you check out the link down below in the description. And also check out this video on how I show you how you can scale your Amazon business in 2026.